We are grateful to gather today to celebrate Patrick Schueck's many contributions to our state as an outstanding professional and community leader. Thank you for the recipients and donors of the generous scholarships that are being bestowed today. We ask that you continue to bless each of our honorees with wisdom and a servant leader's heart. We are grateful each of us have the opportunity to do good work, speak kind words, and have fellowship with one another through our common bond of Rotary. In your name we pray, amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance of the United States of America, for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon. We do have a number of guests. When I call your name and the name of the person that you're visiting with, would you please stand, and we will recognize them all at the end. So I have Mark Pruitt, Guy Choate, and Katie Vintacker, our guests of Ross Burnett. Casey Rockwell, Mark Funk, and Aaron Duvall are guests of Elizabeth Small. Ian Shuttleworth is a guest of Ellen Cockrell. David Finney is the guest of Suzanne Payton. Fred Roberson is the guest of Vanessa Russell. David Rainwater is the guest of Kristen Nicholson. Jeff Pitchful is the guest of French Hill. Heather Kendrick is the guest of Shane Carter. Ann Bain is the guest of Christy Drayle. Welcome back, Ann. Amanda Holzman is guest of Denver Peacock. Cindy Doremus is the guest of Vanessa Russell. And we have two visiting Rotaract members, Chris Dudley and Daniel Frazier. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you, Sonia and Elizabeth. And we'd also like to thank today's greeters. We had Fran Carter, Rick Fleetwood, past President Kenny Gibbs, and Sergeant at Arms Rachel O'Neill. Thank you all for the smiling faces up front. The Rotary Club of Little Rock, affectionately known as Club 99, is not only the largest and oldest civic organization in the state of Arkansas, we are also the 15th largest club in the United States, with more than 7,500 clubs nationwide and over 46,000 clubs worldwide. We are proud of our legacy here in the Little Rock community, and among the highly educational programs during our weekly meetings, we have the opportunity to recognize others who are investing in our community. From the Police and Fire Awards that is approaching 40 years of recognizing first responders to today's program, recognizing both the accomplishments of our Business Person of the Year as well as early careers of our future local leaders in our college scholarships. Rotary Club 99 continues to offer inclusivity and recognize talent and commitment in all its forms. Because it is a very packed agenda today, I'll be skipping our usual meeting format of club announcements as well as my President's Minute theme of Global Hearts, Local Hands, so that we can keep the focus on the honorees here today. We will begin today's program with our college scholarship presentations, coordinated by our scholarship chair, Sarah Beth Estes. I'll ask her to make her way to the podium as I read her brief introduction. Dr. Sarah Beth Estes is currently the Dean of UA Little Rock College of Humanities, Arts, Social Science, and Education. Dean Estes earned her sociology degree from Hendrix College and both her master's and PhD in sociology from University of Iowa, right? That's right. All right. She has been chair of this committee for 2 years now, and I am grateful for her and her committee, and their work in choosing today's scholarship recipients. Thank you, Sarah Beth. I'll pass it over to you.
Hey everyone, I'm really excited to be here today. This is a pretty joyous occasion to get to celebrate, as Jason said, our early career scholars and then Business Person of the Year. Each year, Club 99 awards scholarships to students at area institutions, including UA Little Rock, UA PTC, Shorter College, and Philander Smith University. And this year, our awards luncheon is pretty late in the year, especially for students. Our semesters all ended a couple of weeks ago. So we don't have every recipient here, but as you can see, we still do have a packed house, so we're glad about that. But we're gonna recognize every recipient, even if they aren't here to be pictured with their president or chancellor. So we're gonna start with the UA Little Rock Awards, and so could I please invite Chancellor Drayle to the stage? We are going to start with the Rainwater Scholarship, and this scholarship was created to provide assistance for students pursuing a business degree at UA Little Rock. This year's awardee is John Sanderson from Beaumont, Texas. John is studying business administration with an intent to go into medical sales. John is already back in Texas for the summer, so he's not with us today, but we would still, you can see him up on the screen, we'd still like to recognize his accomplishment. Next up is the Wiebacher Scholarship, which supports, and Dr. Wiebacher is here somewhere, I know, which supports students majoring in international business, finance, or real estate at UA Little Rock. This year's recipient is Maria Hortolano, who is studying finance with a concentration in real estate. And Maria, are you here? Yes, there she is, making her way up here. In accepting this award, Maria explained that her college education is turning her goals in real estate and construction into reality. With hands-on learning, financial knowledge, and real-world exposure, she's one step closer to the career in real estate development that she's always envisioned. Congratulations, Maria. The James H. Freeburg Rotary Club 99 Scholarship was created in honor of James Freeburg, a Rotarian and longtime faculty member and administrator at Little Rock Junior College. This year's awardee is David Jones from Little Rock, who's studying management, innovation, and entrepreneurship. David provided IT support to the organization he works for during the pandemic, and he's interested in securing a leadership role in IT at a university or college upon completion of his degree, if anybody here knows anybody who's at an institution of higher education. Congratulations, David. The Louis Caudell Scholarship honors former Little Rock Police Chief Louis Caudell. The scholarship is awarded to a student who is a sworn Little Rock Police Department officer pursuing a degree in criminal justice at UA Little Rock. This year's awardee is Heather Bridges from Sheridan, Arkansas. Heather plans to use her education to continue to facilitate specialized courses to law enforcement officers. Heather can't be here today, but let's please recognize her accomplishment. The Charles Hathaway Scholarship is named for former UA Little Rock Chancellor Dr. Charles Hathaway. This scholarship is awarded to two students within the College of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics at UA Little Rock. And this year, they are Sanket Bengali and Callie Bone. Sanket is from Gujarat, India, and he's majoring in computer science. He's not able to be here today again because of the end of the semester, but he says the challenges that he's faced in higher education have helped him fly higher and given him the courage to handle tough situations. So let's please recognize Sanket's accomplishment. And then Callie, are you here today, Callie? Yes, please come up. Callie is from Little Rock, and she's majoring in information technology. And she says her career interests are keeping people safe from hackers who would like to steal our information. So I say go, Callie. And finally, the Virginia S. Bailey Entrepreneurial Education Scholarship honors Mrs. Virginia Bailey, one of the first women to join the Rotary Club of Little Rock. This year's awardee is Christina Kaiser, a business management major from East End, Arkansas. Christina is interested in opening her own all-women's gym, noting that helping people achieve their goals is something she's always leaned into. Congratulations, Christina. That was us. Next, I'd like to invite President Gibson, if you are here, to the stage of Philander Smith, and if you are not, I'm looking, great, Laza. Laza's going to do a stand-in today, so thank you, Laza. You look very presidential. The Club 99 Foundation Scholarship was created to further the mission of the Club 99 Foundation to fund diverse projects that better the world, the community, and the individuals involved. There are 4 of these awards shared across Philander Smith University, Shorter College, and UAPTC. The student from Philander Smith who received this award is DeCarlos M. Nora, Jr., a business administration major from Beloit, Wisconsin, which is where he is today. When he was asked how he thought college would impact his goals, DeCarlos noted that the exposure to diverse perspectives and experiences has broadened his worldview and inspired him to think more creatively and strategically, preparing him to enter the workforce with confidence, adapt to a rapidly changing world, and make a meaningful contribution to his community and industry. So let's please recognize DeCarlos's accomplishments. And then next up, we have the Dr. Crawford Mims Scholarship that was created in honor of Dr. Crawford J. Mims, who served as interim president, provost, and professor of education and psychology at Philander Smith College. This year's awardee is Alexis Jackson, who is majoring in business administration management. Alexis, can you join us? Thank you. When Alexis was asked how she thought her college education would impact her goals, she cited networking and professional connections as very important career choices, and she noted that she's interested in working for the Department of Finance and Administration, in case anybody knows anybody there. Congratulations, Alexis. And I would now like to ask Chancellor DeProw of UA Pulaski Tech to join us on the stage. Yeah, we'll give a clap for that. The Club 99 UAPTC scholarship goes to Ravone Lewis from Crossit. Ravone is majoring in applied science in respiratory therapy. She let us know that her college education is giving her the motivation to keep life moving forward. As a role model to her 3 children, she wants them to see that if she can do it, they can do it too. Her career interest is in healthcare with a focus on respiratory therapy, planning one day to be a perfusionist or a physician assistant. Congratulations. And next we have the Frank White Scholarship, created in honor of the youngest president of Club 99, Frank White. This year's awardee is Kara Welsh from North Little Rock, Arkansas. Here comes Kara. She's majoring in accounting, and she said that while she started late in life to complete her degree, it's going to further her current job position and help her better support her current place of business. So congratulations, Kara. Thank you. And now I'd like to invite President Jeffrey Norfleet of Shorter College to the stage for the Club 99 Scholarships for Shorter College. Hello. The first awardee for Shorter College is Destiny Lowe of North Little Rock, who is majoring in general studies. Destiny, here she comes, explained that her college education is allowing her to explore various academic disciplines that provide skills needed in all areas of life. She's interested in a career in leadership, advocacy, and community engagement. Congratulations. And the second recipient from Shorter College and our final recipient today is Clement Bossam Twe of Elmina, Ghana. Clement, are you here today? Yes. Clement is majoring in computer science and is interested in a career in cybersecurity and artificial intelligence. Congratulations, Clement. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being with us today to honor these student scholars. And while we are here, I wanted to thank everyone who helped out with this program today, and there were a lot of you, including Laza Raza, who did more than he expected. Thank you. Dr. Summer DeProw, Melissa Hendricks, and Michelle Granger from UAPTC, Dr. Mark Funk, Sadie Tucker, Jamie Becker, and Anthony Buttram at UA Little Rock, and Dr. Jeffrey Norfleet and Demetrius Gilbert at Shorter College. So let's please recognize the contributions of our colleagues and once more recognize the accomplishments of our student scholars.
Thank you so much, Dean Estes, as well as your committee and our school representatives here today who collected and prepared all the information for today's presentations. And congratulations to our scholarship recipients. We are excited to watch your continued educational journey and look forward to your future successes. The second half of our program is focused on the Business and Professional Leader of the Year Award, a program we've continued since 1985, making this the 40th year we are actually honored to present. This distinguished award recognizes not only Rotarians for the service to the state and local communities in both civic and professional areas. Our honorees are recognized leaders who know how to read, amongst other things, and have made substantial contributions to the growth of our community and state. Since 1985, we have recognized many prominent leaders in our community, including Sam Walton, William Dillard, Joe T. Ford, Father George Tribu, Walter Hussman, Patricia Upton, Charles Morgan, Janet Jones, Millie Ward, Olivia Farrell, Jimmy Moses, Scott Ford. The list goes on and on. This year's committee chair is Chris Johnson. I'll invite him to the podium for a brief introduction. Chris Johnson is the principal financial officer for Dillard's Company. He's been with the company for almost 20 years, starting as vice president of accounting and working his way deeper and deeper into the company. He combines his work with his passion for running. He has run for fun and exercise all over the globe. He's been a club member for 2 years now. Please help me welcome Chris Johnson to the podium.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate that. Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians and honored guests. It is my distinct privilege and great pleasure to present the 2025 Rotary Club of Little Rock's Business and Professional Leader of the Year Award, our highest recognition for a non-Rotarian who exemplifies the very best in leadership, civic engagement, commitment to our community. This year's recipient is a name many of you know well. He's a dynamic executive, a devoted community advocate, and a visionary whose work has had profound impact not just in Little Rock, but across Arkansas and the nation. Please join me in honoring Patrick Schueck, the CEO of Lexicon, Inc. Following the passing of his father, the late Tom Schueck, himself a recipient of this award in 2013, Patrick stepped into leadership at Lexicon and has not only preserved that legacy, but boldly expanded it. Under Patrick's stewardship, Lexicon has grown into a billion-dollar powerhouse, employing more than 3,000 people across the country, and Lexicon's impact can be seen across the industrial landscape: construction management, steel fabrication, plant maintenance, and even golf course construction through Heritage Links. From AT&T Stadium in Texas to McCormick Place in Chicago and right here in Arkansas at Big River Steel and Hyber, Lexicon under Patrick's leadership continues to build what matters. And just this past year, Patrick announced a $37 million expansion at the company's Little Rock headquarters, creating 60 new jobs. That's not just growth, it's a clear investment in our community and our people. But what truly sets Patrick apart isn't only his business acumen, it's his belief in putting people first. Patrick has extended Lexicon's renowned 20-year benefits program to all acquired businesses. He opened a health and wellness clinic at company headquarters, offering hundreds of employees access to personalized medical care. Through Lexicon University, he's equipping workers with education and tools to grow their careers. And through Strong as Steel, his company's mental health initiative, he's helping break a stigma and build resilience within the workplace. Patrick is also deeply committed to civic service. He serves on boards for Arkansas Children's, Easter Seals Arkansas, the Little Rock Airport Commission, U.S. Bank, and more. He's a passionate advocate for workforce development and skilled trades, helping build career paths for the next generation of Arkansans. Whether it's advancing the infrastructure of a nation or mentoring tomorrow's engineers, Patrick leads with purpose and compassion. Patrick, you embody the Rotary ideals of service above self, and it's clear your leadership has helped build more than structures. You've built opportunity, dignity, and hope. On behalf of the Rotary Club of Little Rock, it is my honor to recognize you as our 2025 Business Professional Leader of the Year. Congratulations, and thank you for all you continue to do for Little Rock, Arkansas, and beyond. Let's all welcome and congratulate Patrick.
Congratulations, bud. There you go. You got a quick picture. Yeah, here.
Well, I don't have much else to say after that, so we were free to leave. Those that know me know that that's not even close to the truth. Very quickly, I'd like to say thank you for all of you guys to come out, and Chris, thank you for your kind words. I'll remember to put your name down next time I get introduced someplace for sure. I'd like to recognize my wife, Jessica, and my stepson, Witten. I really appreciate you guys coming. And most importantly, as always, Mom, thank you for coming, sister. And we are really lucky that Larry Walther has joined our family about a year ago, coming up in June. So, Larry, thank you for coming out. My twins are away. They're celebrating their graduation from high school, so we can all know what they're up to these days. And my son, Mason, started summer school this summer at Arkansas. He's in his 4th year of engineering school while trying to live out his football dreams. So we're very, very proud of those kids and very proud of my family. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Congressman Hill, Judge Hyde, and Mayor Scott for coming. It means a lot to me for you guys to show up. And I'd also like to thank VG Karuvula with Lexicon for the nomination. VG's kind of the yin to my yang. I can pull all my hair out and have smoke coming from my ears, and VG's always there beside me to see the good in it and make me understand that through patience we will get a lot more than through vigor, that's for sure. I'd like to extend my gratitude to all civil and business leaders in the room. I've learned so much from many of you in this room today, and from that I am forever grateful. I'm very humbled to receive this award and being the second generation. It puts me and Dad actually in a list that includes last names like Stevens and Ford and Smiley Glassbrenner. Those are big, big shoes to fill, and I hold that very dear. That's something that's very important to me. This award is deeply personal for me. In 2013, Tom won the award, and we were down in Robinson Auditorium. I never will forget it in the bottom there, remember? And it was the first time that when I walked out of there, I realized what an impact my father and Gene Riley and Alvin Gatlin and all the people that came before me, what an impact they had on society, what an impact they made to the city of Little Rock and the people that belonged in the city. People at that time really didn't know what we did. They knew we were in construction, but they didn't understand to the level and the complexity of what we pulled it off on. And that has to do with a lot of really, really talented and great people. So it's an emotional time for me to realize 12 years later, I'm standing for this award not as his son, but as someone striving to honor and build upon his incredible legacy. I think about him a lot. This award, I'm going to accept it, not on behalf of myself, but on behalf of the 3,000 team members that are across the country, the guys who show up every day with the purpose of building America. A couple weeks ago, I had the opportunity to go out west and get a little blue sky, chase some horned animals around a desert. And we all sat down at dinner, like we always do, and this one was a little bit more intimate. And we went around the table and everybody introduced themselves. It's kind of that awkward moment, and then, well, what do you do? Well, it's pretty simple when you look at what we do. I've seen people fumble on this question quite a bit in my career. But when you look back at what Lexicon does, we wake up every morning with the opportunity to build America. We wake up every day with the sole purpose of knowing that we're going to walk into work every day and build America. That's very powerful. It's something that I'm exceptionally proud of. This award's not for me. This award's for the welders, the fitters, the iron workers, the millwrights, the shapers, the riggers, the equipment operators, the payroll specialists, the IT workers, the HR executives. The Lord knows we need those in our career. These people power Lexicon through their grit and through their loyalty. It's something that I am forever indebted to, and it's something that started many, many years before me. Everything that we accomplish is because of them, their talent, their heart, and their commitment. We are not a construction company by normal standards. We're just not. When you average us up, we're a people company. And we just happen to be pretty good at construction. When we build America every day, it's more than just setting equipment or erecting steel. It's more than transforming ground into manicured masterpieces that we use to play golf on. It's more than building a plant, a structure, or a course. When we talk about building America, we talk about building people. We talk about building relationships. And most importantly, we talk about building character. People walk up to me all the time and they want to know what the secret sauce is. How do you do it? How do you grow a company from $300 million a year to $1.2 billion a year, go through a global pandemic, deal with tariffs, deal with geopolitical issues? What's the secret? And the reality is, in order to grow, we went back to what our core values were. We went back to the people who brought us here. We went back to Dad. We went back to Tom Schueck, Gene Riley, Don Gorman, Jerry Sutherland, Ellery May, all these very important people in the legacy of Lexicon. You know, I hired a consultant to come in and tell us who we were, which was really a waste of money, because we realized very quickly that we were all about putting people, quality, safety, and innovation first. And when we look through that lens, every day we look through that lens to make any decision that has anything to do with Lexicon whatsoever, we knew we were coming out on top. So in order to grow, we didn't pivot away from who we were. We leaned into it. We established ourselves. We grew our company off the foundation that was put in front of us by those who worked so hard. The people that built the steel mills, the people that actually build the bridges, the people that weld out there in that shop. We honor their legacy by taking the foundation they laid and building upon it. Now, we've done some pretty tangible things, and I'm very proud of my executive group, just as I'm proud of my incredible organization. We've done some things to sustain. We've done things not just to sustain Lexicon. We've scaled it. We've gotten bigger. We've gotten better. We grew our HR department from more than 2 people. God bless Dana. I say that all the time. We broke down the silos and we created a unified management approach. We brought in national experts to help with strategy and execution. We launched programs meant to help each of our workers, our team members, that included an on-site health clinic, which Chris talked about earlier. The one that struck me the most is our mental health initiative. Strong as steel, building mental might. Suicide rates in the construction industry are 4 times greater than the normal population. Think about that for a minute. We went into this mental health initiative. If we could only help one person, we said it paid for itself. The feedback was unbelievable. And that's all because of the hard work and dedication of the people that were involved. We actively celebrated the amazing thing our families do. And that was a big thing that we did. People are proud of what we build. People are proud of how we touch families and change lives. So we actively celebrate it every day. One of the biggest things that blew my mind that was a huge change is we got rid of reserved parking places. You want to talk about culture. Nobody's any better than anybody else. We brought that up to the executive committee. I thought maybe there'll be a little bit of pushback. I can remember Jeff Weatherly saying, done, let's do it. Ain't no difference here. We're all together. Just the little things, right? It's the little things that we formalized. But the biggest push that we've made lately that I'm the most proud of is our Lexicon University, which is a scalable, multi-level workforce development program that allows team members to grow their careers, learn new skills, and sharpen existing ones. Lexicon University will propel us into the future because it's going to feed the engine. It's going to feed the engine that's going to allow people to develop their purpose. Because when we're all looking at where we really go in life, it's that purpose that we're dying for. It's that purpose that feeds success. So I look out at the students today. If I offered you one piece of advice while you're in school and you're studying hard, this is just the beginning. The hard part is figuring out what's going to be your purpose moving forward. And then from that purpose, you have to be present to it. And if you do those two things, you'll be shocked at what it'll lead you to. It's going to lead you to hope. It's going to lead you to know that tomorrow's better than today and that you'll get a good day's pay for a hard day's work and you'll always be able to support your family. That's the hope. We've also invested heavily in technology and automation. What people don't realize is we're the world's leader in robotic fit and weld fabrication. We've got 4 robotic lines. We've got another one about to come online here probably in July, I hope, Steve. We've got robotic part sorters. We've got all kinds of robots. And people always say, well, doesn't that take away from your workforce? Absolutely not. It increases it because it increases our throughput, which means we need more people to manage these projects. We need more people to fabricate more steel that goes into these projects. Not every piece of steel can go through a robot. And it just shows you where we're headed in the world with advanced manufacturing. It's not the old days of smoke and dirty, dusty old fabrication facilities anymore. We're a people company that just happen to be good at construction. We set out a couple of years ago with a data analytics team, which I'll be honest, I was a little leery. Brian and Steve and Jeff really were pushing hard on it. We brought in a good group of people. Justin LaRue brought in a solid group, and I have been absolutely shocked at what this team has done. They've doubled in size over the course of the last year. They're putting all of our data together so that we'll be able to use artificial intelligence in a meaningful day-to-day operation. It's allowing us to use it in safety. It's allowing us to use it in production. It's allowing us to be able to use it in estimating. And this group is a specialized group, and I will put it up against anybody in our industry. Again, we're a people company that just happen to be pretty good at construction. Lexicon India was started this past year, where we have 2 people now in Bangalore, India. They're going to be used to do back office operations, and they're also going to be used to help push artificial intelligence forward through our system. This is a very important step for Lexicon. Currently, we're using drone and AI technologies to integrate with site inspections, estimating, quality control, infrastructure, modeling, and internal office tasks. These tools do not replace people, like I said. They empower them. They lead them to tackle the most complex and ambitious projects in the country. You know, we've been very fortunate, and we've been able to do some really neat things in regards to the community, and I really appreciate the mayor being here today. One of the things that really speaks to our heart is the education of kids, especially with the trades. I believe in my heart that every kid at some point wants to build, whether it be the lamp, whether it be breaking down being something out in the backyard. Every kid deep down wants to build something. So what we did is we teamed with the Academies of Central Arkansas, and we started the Lexicon Academy of Advanced Manufacturing and Construction. The strategic investments are not necessarily strategic, but Dad was very clear that those that have been given must give back. He was always very clear about that. And we believe at Lexicon, this is our opportunity to give back. If none of these kids ever come to work at Lexicon, that's okay. I just want them to know that there's 16 sixteenths of an inch in an inch. I asked my daughter that last month, and you don't want to know what she told me. Ava, how many 16ths of an inch are in an inch? God love her. But it'll be fine, Dad. It'll all be fine. So as we build, so when we look into the vision, I've been working a lot on vision and strategy lately. We build things that matter, and it isn't easy. Schedules are ridiculous. We're always arguing about money, but it is so freaking addictive. We build things that make up the fabric of America, whether it be chip plants, automotive plants, whether it be steel mills, whether it be airports, distribution centers. It's just not exactly what all we build, because the most important thing is we build character, we build people, we build careers, and we build hope. The true reward isn't steel that we set or the structures we raise. It's the relationships that we've built and the lives that we've helped improve. If you ask me what I want to be known for, it's not the buildings, it's not the revenue, it's the way that we showed up for our people, our communities. It's building a company where generations of family want to work. It's truly about building America. So I say all this. In closing, I'd like to just say thank you to Rotary for believing in the power of service, leadership, and character. This organization stands for something bigger than one profession or one generation. It stands for service above oneself, and I'm honored to be a part of that legacy. You know, at this time, I don't get a lot of time to reflect because we're so busy. But I went in the office yesterday and I told Jessica, I said, I got to get my head wrapped around this speech. And I had a lot of emotions going through my head. I had a lot of emotions involving my dad. I had a lot of emotions, coming off of graduation. And I just found myself that I wasn't being very intentional or present to the people that I love. So I took that time to understand where I was coming from. And it kept coming back to the secret sauce, right? What is that secret sauce? And I'm going to say something here. I'm going to go to a place where Tom wouldn't go, but he knew it in his heart. The secret sauce is a four-letter word that's felt, but not said often enough. Lexicon's secret sauce is love. It's a love that drives us. It's a love of family. It's a love of our community. It's a love that is our commitment. Love drives our success. Love pushes us to loyalty. It's not just a love of constructing buildings or plants or structures that are the fabric of America, but it's a love for each other, our families, and our company. It's a love that allows us to walk in each other's shoes with empathy and determination. We understand what is needed to build America at Lexicon. And it's more than just a rigging and bolts and nuts and wrenches and beaters. It's about building families, building hope, and building America. Thank you for having me. I never dreamed I'd be standing here today. I am forever grateful, and thank you again.
If you walk out the bed, also here, this is a holiday song.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much.
not used to adjusting the microphone down. Thank you so much, Patrick, for your inspiring words as well as your commitment to growing your company and your community. I'm also honored to follow my father's professional footsteps. I hope to be as strong a legacy as you've been throughout your career so far. That does conclude today's program. Congratulations again to all of our award recipients. We were happy to have you with us today. If you would stick around, the scholarship recipients, for a photograph after the end. We want to thank everybody who worked hard to make sure this program was a success. Thank you to our Rotarians and our guests for helping us honor these community leaders. And a quick hit for the week. The Board of Directors will meet today directly after the meeting, and the Women of Rotary Zoom will be this Friday morning with Chair Kim Kirkman. Next week, we will continue our education tilt with a presentation on the new UA Little Rock Cybersecurity Center. With that, we look forward to seeing you next week. We are adjourned.